then do it in the economy study group?
I do.
Okay, so I panicked yesterday, Jim, when Jim Peterber came to me and said he needed his website up by like today.
Yep.
I said, oh, I don't know
Well,
how to do any.
yeah. It looks like you're making the progress though. That's great.
So I guess my question is, so right now we have fi- fi- 5 pages.
Okay.
Here's the page.
Awesome.
There's nothing in meetings yet.
Okay.
Study group members. What I did is I duplicated the RVC with those profiles that we used that time
Okay.
to get photos across screen.
Awesome. Looks great.
And then background. I have to move background.
Mhm.
Oh, I just was making background.
Okay.
So I think I forgot to do oh,
No, it looks like Debbie, it looks like you entered a. Did you want to have that as like a query string, like question mark background, or did you want that to be a forward slash background? Oh, you did. Okay, never mind. Maybe I didn't see that correctly.
I didn't enter. I just entered one.
Oh yeah, so in the path, it looked like you entered like yeah, a question mark there
Oh,
instead of a forward slash.
okay.
Yep, that's the benefit of having two eyes on it. You can see spelling
Okay.
errors and things.
Oh, now and press background. It should work, right?
Yes, great,
Thank you, background. So
awesome.
I guess my question is, um, so if I open up, I'm just gonna go over here for a second.
Hmm.
So how are you? How have you been?
Oh, I've been great. Keeping busy with work and everything, but just got back from Seattle, and then in like a week from now, I'm going to San Juan. So just been traveling a little bit. But how about you? How are things?
Is it travel for vacation?
Yeah, it's like well, I'm seeing saw some friends out in Seattle, and then going to Puerto Rico for just kind of a little vacation. I'm still gonna be working a bit down there, but just enjoying. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
nice. Well, last year you took the one to Australia. That was nice.
yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, that was a little bit longer of a flight, so this should be
Good.
easier.
Yeah. Um, okay, so here's the live site.
Okay,
It seems to be working,
awesome.
but I don't want this.
Submitted by. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can turn that off. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, so the way to do that, the probably the easiest way to do that is, so for the content type for this. So under structure content types, whatever content type is producing this page, if we go to the settings there, so it's probably yeah that one there. So if you click on the right hand side, oh you can click that too. So then if you that tab that says edit, yeah, either way, you can get to it from either. Yeah, exactly. You can go to edit directly there, and essentially it's just that tab across the top. And then, so under your options there, yeah, your publishing options. If you click that, or rather the display settings. Sorry, on the left hand side, there's two of those. Yeah. So the one below display settings. So
Oh,
display, yeah, you can just uncheck that and save that, and that should just get rid of those automatically.
I couldn't find that for the life of me.
Well, it's funny because the settings are kind of hidden in a variety of places, right? So sometimes they're like with the fields, and sometimes they're with the main settings. So it just comes down to spending enough time with Drupal as a system to understand the little nuances of where those things are hidden. So that's just kind of like a one-off weird thing.
Okay, so look good. It's
Awesome.
gone. And I was wondering if you could just go through. It doesn't seem to have any problems.
Mhm.
See, my concern is, and this is why I was panicked,
Mhm.
is that since the SOSF and the RDRC, they're live
Mm-hmm.
and using the same theme and changes. I'm afraid that creating a new site's going to break those live, my existing sites. Can you just take a peek and make sure that in my configuration, I'm going to show you what I did, and you can tell me if I should undo something that
Okay.
I might, or shouldn't. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Let's take a look.
Okay, so I don't know if this is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Jim said he's going to have a few more other projects that need to be created relatively soon.
Okay.
The hope is that the new website will be ready and that this wouldn't be necessary, but unfortunately that's not the case.
Yeah.
So I recall last time you saying that if I use the same exact theme, then we don't have to change and worry about the CSS. We don't have to move the block of NBR logo over to the right. In the fonts and the color.
Yep.
So that video was so useful. So I
Okay.
did use the same theme.
Awesome.
So we had this one here and this one here.
Yep.
I don't know. Did I need to put this in here?
Yep.
I said I was using the same RDRC theme. Is that right?
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I think that is the right thing to do. What you did there is great. So the only thing I would say is like now if we make changes to that specific theme, it will happen on both. So like say, for instance, on the RDRC, we say later on we want like the logo to appear on the other side of the screen. It's going to happen for both of those sites. As long as you're okay with that, then I think it's completely fine to do it the way that you did it here.
Okay. And when you say what changes, for instance?
So like let's see here. It's been a while since I've kind of looked at some of this stuff. So if you were to like change like the background color there, like make the background color red instead of blue, it would probably propagate to both of those sites. So as long as you're okay with those like universal changes, then it's probably fine to do it that way.
Okay, so that's it. And then instruction.
And I think the way we're doing a lot of the change. So like for instance, like the main logo there, right? Like how you have like a different logo for RDRC and then this new site. Those are probably okay because they're actually like being determined by the block visibility settings, which I think you're about to take a look at. And those can be different, even though they're using the same theme, they can have different block visibility settings based on the path, which is how you determine which site you're on, right? So I think that's okay too, but let's take a look and make sure.
So we'll go to, so when I go here, should I be going to RDRC, that theme there, right?
Yeah, yep, that's the proper way to do it. And then, yeah, you have like...
And then I put...
Exactly, yep. You configured...
block, and I put content type just to go through GIP.
Oh, perfect.
All right?
Yeah, that's a perfect way to do it. You can do it a couple different ways. I think that way is great. If all your pages across the site are that content type, then that's great.
Yeah.
You could also do that by like your pages under there. If you see like a little lower, there's the pages section. If you click that, you could do a path. So you could just do the GITE, I think is the path that you're using. You could just put that path in there. And then that way, if you were to create any kind of like different type of page, it would still appear. But I think what you have so far is perfect. And if you ever find a limitation there, we could always change it in the future. So no problem there. I think it looks great.
So that was, and then for the menu, I created a new menu, and again, I just said to here.
Perfect.
But what I noticed is it didn't work, so I needed to go into configure right here and specifically tell it to go.
Yep. Yeah, because I think before, if you click on pages on this one, potentially, can you click on the pages section there? I'm just curious. Oh, okay. So yeah, so I'm not sure how we were restricting this menu before. We might not have been restricting it because it was the only site using that theme. I think that's what we did, Debbie. Since this previously was the only site using the theme, we didn't have to restrict it at all. But now that we have two, we have to kind of come in and make sure that we're restricting the visibility of these blocks. But yeah, you have it 100% right. You like it, if it's appearing through both, you can go and restrict it to the block visibility settings. You're doing exactly the right stuff. So this is awesome.
And then I completely disable the SOSF. because it doesn't need to be in this theme.
Yeah, this is not. I think SOSF is using its own theme completely. So yeah, I think it's
Yes.
fine to completely disable that.
Okay. Okay. So Jen hasn't given me the rest of the content yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hopefully.
But I confirm with you that the structure of this new sub-site is proper, and it won't break anything else
I
on the existing site.
I think it looks good. The stuff you're doing so far looks good. So you can take a look through the existing sites and make sure they're okay. Like anything that you've done so far will probably be. If you have broken anything, yeah.
I checked the existing sites and they look okay, but I just wanted to make sure there was nothing else that I should be doing or I'm missing that you can tell.
I don't think so. The only thing that's kind of sticking out to me here that we should probably take a look at sooner rather than later is that the security update warnings that we're getting across the screen. So that little red bar at the top, it says there's a security update for your version of Drupal. I think we should probably, and you can click that top available updates link if you want, and I think we should probably take care of that sooner rather than later, just because, since it's a public-facing website, we want to make sure that those are okay. So,
All of these be updated?
Yeah, sorry, can you go to it's easier for me to see if you go to reports in the very top screen, actually. Yeah, sorry, yeah, that works too. And then available updates, can you click that tab right there, that first tab, available updates. Yeah, I want to see what's going on here. Yeah, so okay, so we have an older version of Drupal. We should definitely update that. And then can you scroll down? Let's see what else we're looking at here. Scroll down on this page a little bit. So these are okay. And then meta tag we should update. So any of the red ones we should update. So let's scroll down a little more. Okay, so video. So it's not bad. So really you just want core, meta tag, and video. The yellow ones can stay for now. We're not too worried about getting those updated. They're just saying, hey, there's a newer release that might have more features or whatever, but there's no like security vulnerability. But I think we really want to take care of those red ones. Probably, I don't know if you have a chance today at all, but I might look at doing that sooner rather than later, just to make sure no one ends up kind of targeting this, especially if we're gonna, if you want me to put like this I'm recording this, by the way, and if you want me to put this on YouTube for you to reference later, especially if we're kind of pointing out any of these security flaws, I think we should definitely update them. So I don't know if you have availability. I don't have to post this video today by any means, but I just want to make sure that we address those soon.
So here's my question on the themes here.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is the theme here that I had downloaded
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
updating the customers.
It shouldn't. So I wouldn't worry about updating that one since it's not a security update at the moment. But if you want to update that, it should be okay because we did sub-theming for this, I believe. We ended up sub-theming this, right, Debbie? I think we created sub-themes off of our main theme. Is that correct?
That one.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, since we created those sub-themes, I think we're okay to update that, and it should not break your site. Now, that's always why you want to have backups just in case, and it's also why I recommend that at some point. And I know this is kind of like a stopgap just until we have the public site ready, but we should look into setting up like a local development environment. It allows you to basically, have free reign of updating things and trying things without worrying about ever touching any of the live site. So basically the way that I normally develop the websites that I work on is I have a complete version of the website on my local computer that's really fast, and I can just kind of like scrap it or completely change it, and then I can always revert back really easily without having to worry about breaking anything. And I think that will definitely improve your confidence to be able to go in and try these things, and then once they're working, then you can push them up to the live site. it seems like that's probably a more stable way to do the development. But for now, since we don't have that set up, I think, I would just focus on number one, making sure we have backups for everything. And then number two, just going through the red security update ones. So I think it's just Drupal core, meta tag, and the video module, and making sure that those are updated. And then I think we'll be in good shape.
Okay. And how long does that take?
So yeah.
Is it safe to?
Safe.
Is this something I should have Alex do?
Yeah, well, pull Alex in and let him know that it's going on, or have Alex take a look. I think Alex has done it in the past. So the way I recommend doing it is using a tool called Drush, and I think Alex has Drush. So Drush is a command line tool it's the Drupal shell, and it basically it allows you to do things you can really do through the interface, but it's a little quicker and more reliable, and has like error reporting. So I would recommend that Alex uses Drush, and I think he's done that. So I would maybe just point this out to him, just say, hey, we have 3 vulnerabilities that really should get updated sooner rather than later. It's Drupal core, the meta tag module, and video, and then have him just Drush update those, and I think he'll know what to do there. So it's just basically, it'd just basically be a Drush UPC. It's an update code, and then the name of the module. So Drush UPC core, Drush UPC meta tag, that kind of thing. And then they'll update the code, and then after he has the code updated, and as long as that hasn't broken anything, he can also run a Drush updb to update the database, and basically that just runs any of the update hooks. We had done that one time. I remember you were having some errors, and we were kind of emailing back and forth, and basically the way that I fixed some of that is I did some database updating, which I did through the UI, which you can actually go and hit through our URL, but you can also do it with Drush, and I think Alex has done it with Drush in the past, so I would definitely loop in with him on doing that.
Okay. All right, I may know.
Do you want me to send an email to you guys? I can send an email to both of you. Yeah.
That'd be one. Yeah.
Sure.
Great.
Sure. I'll send an email just with some information about how to do that, and then and that way we can follow up. And I'll hold off posting this video until we have that updated, just so any people since we're posting them publicly, other people can see kind of what the state of the site, and we want to make sure it's nice and secure before we show anyone like that.
And if Alex is gonna, I don't know when he's gonna do it, but if he were to do it today, what danger is that? Since I need to continue working to make these pages again.
Yeah, I think so. I'll let you both figure out the best schedule that works for you. So if you want to continue working through the pages and then have Alex do it later, that's fine. Or if you want to have Alex do it and then just make sure there's a recent backup in case anything goes wrong, you can just restore from it, and then we can go from there. Either way, I mean, I think the security updates should get done sooner rather than later, just to make sure everything's okay. But I'll leave it up to you to schedule that. In an ideal world, it won't slow you down too much. Like it should take a couple minutes to update that, and then then you should be able to just continue on without any hiccups. So, but I'll leave it up to you to do that, to determine the schedule.
Okay, great. Okay. I think that's it for now.
Awesome.
What do you think? And then if I have any questions, I can get in touch with you again?
Of course. Yep. Anytime. This looks great. You're making awesome progress. I think you're doing all the right things. So that's awesome. It's so fun for me to watch you progress in your Drupal skills and really be able to like take this and run with it without any of my help. So this is really cool.
No, I really help. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're doing a great job. So if you need anything, of course, just email me or call me, and we can we'll help get you unstuck.
Okay, great. And you'll email Alex and I about the update.
I will. I'll do that right now.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Nice talking to you. I appreciate your help.
Of course. Yeah, thanks, Debbie. I'll talk to you soon.
Alrighty. Bye.
All right, bye.
Yep.
Take care.